Welcome, traders. If I told you that one trade could change your entire life, would you believe me? Every day, thousands of people sit in front of their screens, looking at charts, reading the news, searching for signals, and most importantly, hoping. Hoping that today will be their big break. But a pro trader knows that a big break doesn't come from luck. It comes from one good trade. My YouTube channel name is Trade365. Don't focus on making money, focus on making one good trade. I come from a world where every second counts and every click can determine your future. I've seen people rise rapidly and fall just as quickly. This isn't a story about making millions. This is a story about that one good trade that teaches you, shapes you, and sometimes even breaks you. If you think this book will give you a formula for making money, you're probably wrong. This book will show you the path to becoming the kind of person who knows how to make a good decision in every trade. So the question isn't how much you can earn. The question is, are you ready for just one good trade? But wait, friends, this isn't just an audiobook. This is the foundation of your future trading life. Don't skip it because what's coming next is something you've probably never heard or thought about before. In this book, I'm going to share with you 10 principles that will not only make you a better trader, but also a better decision maker and a more stable person. You won't find these principles on charts. They aren't printed in any book. They have emerged from the fire in which I have forged myself. And remember, each principle is a key to a lock. If you lose even one key, you won't be able to open the door behind which lies the world where only winning traders reside. And yes, these aren't just lines from a book. These are real experiences seen through the eyes of Mike Bellafiore. Every principle, every line stems from a real event that happened at their trading desk. We'll show you exactly that so that the next time you sit at your trading terminal, your mindset, your rules, and your process are worthy of one good trade. So friends, we'll explain these principles from Mike Bellafiore's point of view so you can easily understand what one good trade truly teaches us. So let's open the first principle. The first principle is, don't think about profit, think about the process. Yes, friends, the first principle says, don't chase money, focus on the process, and the money will chase you. When I started my career, I had the same greed that every new trader has, the dream of making millions quickly. But the market quickly slapped me, and that slap doesn't just teach, it awakens you. I understood that the real game isn't about candlesticks, but about mindset. In trading, your biggest enemy is the allure of profit. Why? Because when you only think about money, you don't make a plan, you just place bets. And the market doesn't care about your bets. I've seen traders at SMT who made $100,000 in the first week, then lost $300,000 the next day. Why? Because their wins were just luck? No process. Now think about the trader who thinks about only one thing every day. Did I do my research? Was my entry planned? Was my stop loss according to the system? Did I keep my emotions out of it? If the answer to these 4 questions is yes, then for him, the trade is more about being a good trade than about winning or losing. Now I ask you, have you ever asked yourself after a trade, was this a good trade? Or did you only think about whether you made a profit or not? This is where the difference begins. This is where the mindset of successful traders differs. I remember a guy who came to SMT. His name was Arjun. Very sharp, very intelligent, but impatient at heart. His only focus was, Mike, I just need one trade that will change my life. I smiled and said, you don't want trading, Arjun. You want gambling. I gave him a challenge. Do 30 trades, but don't think about profit, with just this one rule. Focus only on whether you followed the system, the setup, and the discipline. After 30 trades, Arjun had transformed. Now, after every trade of the day, he would say, I took a good trade today, Mike, and that's true success. When you treat the process like a sacred ritual, the market rewards you. When you come with only a hunger for money, the market teaches you a lesson. So the next time you sit in front of your trading screen, start with these questions. Is this trade within my strategy? Is the risk fixed and I accept it? Am I ready to learn something from this trade? Is my mind calm? Am I here to do what's right, not just to win? If yes, then this is the beginning of a good trade. And remember, friends, every good trade is a key to a lock. Every correct process opens a new door. But if you lose even one key, if you take even one trade emotionally, that door you want to open won't open. And yes, this was just the first principle, because in the next principle, we'll meet the enemy that hides behind every trade, the one you ignore every time, but who forces you to lose every time. Be ready.
Because the second principle is about to be revealed. Your biggest enemy is your own mind. The second principle is your biggest enemy is your own mind. So friends, if someone asks me, Mike, what should a trader fear the most? The market, the news, volatility? My answer is always the same. No, the biggest danger is not outside, but inside. Yes, friends, your biggest enemy is your own mind, the same mind that makes you exit prematurely out of fear of loss, the same mind that makes you overtrade out of greed when you see a winning trade, the same mind that traps you by making you believe every breakout is a golden opportunity. Now think, the market is always the same, sometimes up, sometimes down. But how you perceive that market determines whether you win or lose. And these eyes that perceive are not cameras. They are the eyes of your mind. Now, let me tell you a story. One day, a new trader came to SMT. Top-level IQ, technical analysis was his weapon, but the first week, he had losses for 5 consecutive days. I asked him, "Did you follow the system?" He said, "Yes, Mike, 100%. I asked, "Then why are you afraid?" He said, "Now I'm afraid of taking losses." I smiled and replied, "Don't be afraid of losses. Be afraid of the mind that forces you to be afraid." Now the question arises, how to conquer the mind? Because the mind's tricks are very deceptive. It comforts you, traps you, and deceives you. The mind says, "This setup doesn't look right. Leave it. Come on, let's take one more trade. Maybe something will come of it. Lower the stop loss a little more. Wait, there might be a reversal." And you listen to all these things not with logic, but with emotions. This is where the term mental model comes into play. Every successful trader has a clear mental model, a framework within which he makes decisions, instead of falling for the mind's deceptions. In my career, I have seen that the greatest strength of every professional trader is not their system, but their mental discipline. Because everyone can get a system from the internet, but trusting that system, sticking to it even on bad days, and remaining calm even during losses, that comes from mental training. So what do you need to do? Reset your thinking every day. When you sit down to start trading in the morning, first tell yourself, you will make no decisions today. Only my system will speak. Only the data will speak. Not me, not my fear, not my greed. Whenever an emotion arises from within, "Oh, just give up, don't do it anymore," or "let's just go all in," stop for a second and ask yourself, is this the voice of my process or the voice of my fear and greed? You will see that gradually your mind will start to quiet down. In the beginning, it will scream, resist, and try to scare you, but if you persevere, it will yield, because the mind is like a child. It needs direction, not freedom. And yes, friends, you don't need freedom in trading. You need a framework. Every decision you make should have a solid reason behind it, not just a gut feeling. Now I'll give you a small mantra that helps silence the mind before every trade. Repeat this mantra every day before you start trading. Today, I will make decisions, not react. I will follow my system, not my mind. I will check every trigger and silence every emotion. And believe me, when you gain control over your mind, the market cannot harm you. Now think, if your mind is your biggest enemy, what is the greatest weapon to defeat it? It's discipline, and the principle that gives birth to discipline is the third principle. So friends, now I'm going to take you to the next key that will make your trading mind as strong as steel, because the next principle says that every trade is a ritual, and rituals cannot be performed without devotion. The third principle is treat trading like a religion. So friends, if you have understood the first two principles so far, you will now understand that trading is not just a game played on a screen, it's a mental battle. Trading is a mental discipline, and without discipline, meditation becomes a deception, not true meditation. When we say treat trading like a religion, it means having faith in trading, but not blind faith. Have faith in the process, but not blindly. Every day, every trade is a ritual, and rituals are incomplete without devotion. Mike Bellafiore had a rule on his trading floor. If you don't follow your process, you're not a trader, you're an artist, and this market needs ascetics, not artists. Now, think about it. Every religion has certain fundamental rituals. The method of worship, the time, the rules, everything is bound by a structure. If someone goes to a temple and simply prays without following the rules, is their worship complete? No. Similarly, if you come to the market and trade without a system, without a journal, without a plan, it's not trading, it's just noise. In trading, too, you have to create your own worship ritual, and this ritual looks something like this. Number 1, pre-market ritual. Before opening the charts in the morning, ask yourself, at what level am I willing to take a risk today? What news could shake the market today? Number 2, setup ritual. Do I have an edge in this setup? Is this my A-plus trade or just FOMO? Number 3, reflection ritual. Did I trade with emotion or with the process? What did I learn? Now, you might ask, Mike, is all this preparation necessary for every trade? My answer is yes, if you are a true trader.
Don't make any trades without thinking. I've seen traders at SMT who would close their eyes for 10 minutes and regulate their breathing before even turning on their computers. Why? Because they knew that trading isn't done with the hands, but with the mind. And if the mind isn't calm, the trade will go wrong. Now, let me tell you a story. There was a senior trader at SMT named Leo. Every day before starting to trade, he would fold his hands at his desk, close his eyes, and just sit there for 2 minutes. One day I asked him, Leo, what are you doing? He said, I'm taking an oath of peace with myself before the inner battle begins, so that when I trade, it's my system that speaks, not my emotions. This is what it means to treat trading like a religion. When you consider your trading a form of worship, you don't take it lightly. You fill every step with reverence and responsibility. And yes, remember friends, practicing a religion isn't easy. There are tests every day. There are temptations every day. There are distractions every day. But only those who don't waver from that religion are true devotees. Now ask yourself, do I have any rituals in my trading? Do I consider the market just a money-making machine or a sacred temple? Do I consider every entry just a chance or a sacred responsibility? If the answer is no, then it's time to create your own trading religion. Make a rule: consistency every day, clarity in every thought, self-control in every decision, respect even in every loss, and humility in every victory. And when you start practicing this religion, the market will bless you every day in the form of one good trade. But like every religion, the trading religion also has its vows, and the next principle talks about that vow, a vow in which you will have to fight your biggest weakness. So get ready for principle number 4. The fourth principle is, take a vow before every trade. Today, I will not overtrade. So friends, the most mistakes in the world of trading happen when we can't stop trading. Imagine, when you're driving and the road is foggy, do you speed up? No. You stop, you slow down, you exercise caution. But when it comes to trading and the market isn't clear, many people start clicking even more. This is called overtrading. You're trading when you shouldn't be. Just because you want to do something, you're overtrading. Now, you might say, Mike, trading is my profession. It's my passion. How can I not trade? My answer is, passion is fine as long as it's controlled. Otherwise, that same passion will empty your pockets. I saw a trader at SMT. His name was Jason, a very smart guy. He made decisions very quickly. One day, the market was sideways, no movement, but he said, "Bro, I have to do something. The day is going badly." And that day, he made 17 trades. 12 out of 17 were losses. I just asked him one question. Was your brain trading or your restless mind? So now the question arises, why does overtrading happen? There are 3 dangerous reasons behind it. Number 1, FOMO, fear of missing out. If I miss this move, everyone else is making money, I'm being left behind. Number 2, revenge trading. I lost on one trade, I'll make it all back on the next one. Number 3, boredom trading. Nothing's happening in the market today, let's play around a bit. Now, listen to my mantra. When the market is quiet, a trader should also remain calm. Trading is a weapon, but there's a time to use every weapon. You don't attack all the time. Sometimes waiting is the best strategy. Now I'll tell you about a real SMT practice. Every trader was given a piece of paper. It said, "Today I will abstain from 2 things, overtrading and ego trading." This paper was taped in front of the screen so that every time before clicking, their eyes would fall on it and their mind would be reminded, you should do the same. Every morning before trading, tell yourself, today I will only take trades where I have an edge, my system, and my discipline. Today I will be driven not by the hunger for trading, but by the purity of trading. Overtrading will exhaust you in a day, but discipline will sustain you for a lifetime. And yes, friends, remember this. Overtrading is a poison that tastes sweet at first, but by the time you realize it, you've already lost your trading confidence. So, from today onwards, every time you go to place a trade, ask yourself, is this the setup I committed to? If the answer is no, don't even click. Because remember, a good trade is one that's made out of necessity, not compulsion. So now the question is, if you avoid overtrading, what's the next biggest danger? It's battling market noise and fake signals. So get ready, because the 5th principle will explain it. Every movement is not a trading opportunity. Learn the difference between noise and signals. So friends, there's no shortage of information in the market today. Every second, new data, new charts, new breaking news, the noise of buy and sell everywhere. But the question is, are all these genuine opportunities or just noise designed to mislead us? Mike Bellafiore says a successful trader isn't one who jumps at every opportunity, but one who can discern the true signal from the noise. Now, stop for a moment. Imagine you're sitting in front of the screen. The first candle shoots up rapidly. The volume is also increasing. Your mind says, buy now, this is the opportunity. But is this a signal or just an emotional trap? Understanding this difference is what this principle is all about.
This is the essence of trading because the market will show you hundreds of opportunities every day, but 90% of them will just be noise. And if you get caught up in that noise, you'll never make a good trade. You'll only get fast losses. So what exactly is noise? It's a pattern forming without volume, a sudden fake breakout, something driven by news-based panic, something outside your system, something triggered by FOMO, fear of missing out. Noise is what appears but doesn't last, what's fast but unreliable. Now let's talk about signals. A signal is something that matches your trading plan, where volume and price speak together, something that repeats consistently, something that has worked in your backtesting history. A signal is something that arrives calmly and quietly, transforming trading into a disciplined practice. Now a short story about SMT, smart money trading. There was a junior trader named Arjun. He used to take 10 to 12 trades every day. He would say the market gives opportunities every minute. But his monthly stats told a different story. 80% losing trades, of which 70% were noise trades. I gave him a task. Only 3 trades next week. Just 3. He said, Mike, I'll go crazy. I said, no, Arjun, you'll be free from the noise. And that's exactly what happened. He took all 3 trades using his old setup. He maintained discipline and patience in all 3 trades. The result? 2 winning trades and 1 small loss. But most importantly, his confidence returned. Now remember this formula. Noise is emotion multiplied by impulse. Signal is strategy multiplied by patience. So friends, now it's time to ask yourself, do I react to the noise? Do I trade because there's an opportunity or just because something is happening? Is every trade of mine a strategy-based decision or a screen-based reaction? If there's even a little doubt in your answer, you need to deeply embrace this principle. Because remember, noise comes first on your screen, but the signal comes a little later. But when it comes, it quietly boosts your equity. Now I want you to recite a mantra before every new chart from today onwards. I recognize the noise and I only trade the signal. And when you take this vow, you will see for yourself that fewer trades yield greater results. But friends, when you move away from the noise, another enemy awaits you. That is expectation. Yes, the one that settles in your mind before every new trade. This time I'll hit the jackpot. If I catch this trend, all my losses will be recovered. This time I need to get a big win. And this forms the root of the next principle. So get ready, because the sixth principle says expectation kills, execution saves. Don't expect anything from every trade. Just follow the rules in every trade. The sixth principle is expectation kills, execution saves. A true trader is one who trades with rules, not expectations. So friends, every time you jump into a trade, a movie is playing in your mind somewhere. If this trade works out, I'll get $500. Just 2 more trades and I'll have my day salary. This trade will change my life. But now listen, all this is the disease of expectation. Mike Bellafiore says, every time you expect a trade to work out, you are already emotionally attached to the outcome, and that makes you blind to what the market is truly telling you. Now imagine a scene. You took a trade, the entire setup is perfect. You thought this trade would give a 1:5 risk-reward ratio. You started counting the profits in your mind, but the chart reversed from the resistance. The stop loss was hit. You took the next trade with double the size, full of expectations, and that also sank. This is where the emotional spiral begins, which takes you far away from discipline. Now listen to a real SMT incident. His name was Jack, a talented but hyperactive trader. Every time he would say, "Mike, I just need to make 2% on one trade. I've planned my whole day." Every time, despite the plan, the expectations were so high that if the market moved even slightly against him, he would go off track himself. I told him, "Jack, you're not trading, you're predicting." And that's the most dangerous thing in trading, expecting a particular outcome. Now understand the real essence of this principle. Expectation is attachment to the outcome. Execution is attachment to the process. The trader who is attached to the outcome ignores reality, but the one who is attached to the process follows the system every time regardless of the result. Now the question is, how to avoid expectations? Bellafiore's 3-step anti-expectation technique. Number 1, pre-trade affirmation. Say, "I am taking this trade solely based on my rules. The result is not in my hands." Number 2, don't look at the profit, look at the setups. While the trade is running, look at the chart, not the money. Number 3, write in your journal. Every time, did I trade based on expectation or the system? According to Mike, a trader's job is to plan the trade the plan, and then let go of what will happen. You're a surgeon. You performed every surgery with the same diligence, but you don't guarantee the outcome. Same with trading. Now pay attention. Expectation-filled thinking is, why didn't I make a profit? The market cheated me. Now I'll take double next time. Execution-driven thinking is, did I take my entry with discipline? Was the exit according to my rules? Was I not emotional? Was this a good trade, even if there was a loss? And remember, friends, when you treat execution as sacred, the market itself starts rewarding you, because now you've become a professional, one who doesn't fight the market but understands it. Now I want you to tell yourself this every morning before you start trading. I will not take a single trade today for the sake of the result. I will only focus on execution and accept whatever the market gives me. And now, friends, once you've freed yourself from expectations, the next danger arises, the temptation of shortcuts. Yes, those YouTube videos, those Insta Reels, those trick trading systems that promise to make you money in 5 minutes, 100% strategy, no loss formula. But remember, there are no shortcuts to experience, and the next principle will teach you that the temptation of shortcuts leads to the longest losses. So get ready, because principle number 7 will expose the traps and learn the real secret to true growth. The seventh principle is the temptation of shortcuts leads to the longest losses. There are no hacks to true profit. There is only one way: learning, understanding, and perseverance. So, friends, let's start with a scene. You're scrolling on Instagram and a video pops up. 5-minute strategy. No loss ever. Use this one indicator, earn 10,000 rupees per day. And your mind says, maybe this is what I was looking for. But no, that's the shovel that will dig the grave of your hard work. Mike Bellafiore has guided hundreds of new traders in his career, and he says that every trader who was looking for a shortcut eventually comes back after taking the longest route or leaves trading altogether. Now let me tell you a real story. A boy came to the SMT trading desk. His name was Ravi. He was 23 years old. His confidence level was high. He said, "Mike, I've learned 7 strategies, from RSI to Super Trend. Now I just need a large capital." I smiled and asked, "How have you handled losses?" He said, "Sir, my losses are very small because I hedge or average down." I didn't say anything. I just gave him 3 weeks. In the 3rd week, he said, "Sir, everything went wrong," because he always thought like a hacker, not like a system trader. Now listen to the real root of this principle. In trading, there are no shortcuts, only systems. Every strategy, every indicator is just a part of a framework. It's nothing without your mind, patience, and execution. So what are shortcuts? Just incomplete strategies learned from YouTube, live trading without backtesting, investing money based on someone else's tips, increasing risk due to overconfidence, only looking for entries and forgetting about exits, hiding losses and showing profits. All of this leads to the same result. Confidence increases, but capital decreases. Now the question is, what is the right path? Mike Bellafiore says just 3 words: learn, test, master. Number 1, learn. Learn one system at a time. Price action, VWAP, breakouts, news reactions, but not superficially, but in depth. Number 2, test. Backtest at least 50 trades. Where did it fail? Where did it work? Why? Number 3, master. Now live trade that strategy for 30 days without changing it. Only then will it become your weapon, otherwise it will remain just a toy. Now ask yourself a question. Have you ever traded a single system for 90 days without changing it? If the answer is no, then understand that you're walking on the shortcut path that leads nowhere. Mike says trading isn't a cheat code, it's a lifestyle, and only those who live this lifestyle with discipline earn the market's respect. Now let's do a reality check. A shortcut trader tries a new strategy every day. He doesn't write down his losses, he never calculates the risk. As soon as he sits in front of the screen, he looks for an entry. He thinks, this time he'll hit the jackpot. A system trader uses the same strategy repeatedly. He accepts losses, he determines the risk beforehand. He only looks for setups on the screen. He thinks, I just need one good trade. Now listen friends, shortcuts always seem easy at the beginning, but in the end they prove to be the most expensive. And the trader who moves away from shortcuts and towards systems, the one who perseveres, becomes a legend. Now I want you to write this line down and stick it somewhere. Every shortcut is a false victory and every system is a true journey. And friends, if you truly understand this principle, the next principle will make your foundation rock solid. Because now we'll talk about something without which every trade is incomplete: risk management. Yes, the thing that seems the most boring, but in reality it's the real bodyguard of your capital. So in principle number 8, we'll learn that protecting your capital is more important than making a profit. The 8th principle is, winning in trading is not a big deal, surviving is the biggest deal. So friends, Mike Bellafiore says, once the capital is gone, both confidence and clarity go with it. Therefore, the first promise you should make to yourself to become a great trader is this: I will protect my money